Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Musings of Maverick channel. It's your host Maverick. Today we are finally coming back to the Code Geass series with Season 2, or as they like to call it here, R2. For any of you longtime viewers here, you might know that my season thus far, or at least the last two seasons, have been kind of screwed up due to some scheduling issues. I have some commitments in real life, so I can't really watch as many seasonal anime as I like. So I figured, hey, why not dip back and do some of my non-seasonal stuff? And I have been promising to watch Season 2 of Code Geass, right? I think it's been almost like... I'm not quite sure. I didn't really check, but I think it's even over a year now since I last watched season 1, or at least somewhat close to a year. In fact, I had to go back and rewatch the last episode of the season just to make sure I'm caught up with where we last left off, right? And indeed, looking at it once again, holy crap, we left off at a big cliffhanger, right? So we had Suzaku and Lelouch, our two main protagonists. Or, I guess technically, Lelouch is the protagonist, right? Suzaku is the lead antagonist? Question mark? Anyways, so we left off with them firing a bullet at each other, and then everything went to blank. We don't know what's going to happen at that, Lelouch's identity has been revealed, at least to some of the more important characters within the anime, and all hell's breaking loose, right? Beyond that, I believe, what else? Nunnally is still missing and being kidnapped, and that is that, right? And then, of course, lots of fatalities, like Cornelia's dead, Euphomia's dead, and by the way, even after all this time, thinking back onto it, I'm still, if there's any one thing that I'm pissed off at in terms of the Code Geass anime, it would definitely be how Euphemia went out, right? I still think it was a wasted character to have her just die like that. I think, even if she eventually had to... It's not her death that bothers me, right? I'm completely okay with main characters being killed off. It's the way that she went out out of some really random freak accident, right? Like, I'm still like, ugh, how can you just do Euphemia dirty like that? But anyways, that's beyond the point. So yeah, here we are in season 2. Well, I guess without further ado, let's just get right to it and see the aftermath of season 1. Alrighty guys, you know the drill, so let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. By the way, I am using the Call Girls subs for this. If you guys do think there is a better one or you want to recommend something else, do let me know. Alright. Oh. Isn't that C2? Oh, so they... is missing? But, yeah. They're still going on. And here's the dude. What? Vice... Wait. Is this like a dream or something? I can't remember her name, but isn't that the one who's working with the Imperials? Got it. Oof. Hmm? Wait, what? What the hell is this? Oh. Well, I guess we'll know after the opening. Okay. Not that sold on the vocals yet, but I do like the instrumental there, that breakdown there. Actually, I should be paying more attention to the people. Or at least, I mean, the scenes. You know, you gotta have the badass character walking. Wow, Orange Range. Now that is a band I haven't heard of in a long time. They have exactly one song that I like. And it's not this one. I kid. Alright. What now? The day the devil awakens. Nissan? That's... Nissan? Who is this? Yeah, Velita. Yeah, I kind of forgot her name. Sorry. Wait, what the hell was happening here? Wait. Is this like a... Did he lose his memories or something? Obviously, it's not a time reset, right? I mean, considering that there is some kind of mystical stuff happening. Oh, these two are still at large. Did his... So, the question is, did he lose his memories or did his memories get rewrote? I'm thinking more that his memories got rewrote, otherwise why would there be, like, a brother suddenly, you know, coming out of nowhere, right? I mean, it's obviously not a time reset. Because the Order of the Black Knight still exists. Zero still did something, those people are still there, right? So yeah, if he didn't lose his memories, it'd be more likely to be a memory reset, right? So that means he probably lost during the end of Season 1, was captured and rehabilitated somehow? I was gonna say, is this like a Death Note situation here, right? Where you got Lelouch trying to find out the identity of Zero? Okay. So in Season 1, the one that brought him to the place was his friend, right? Not this younger brother dude. I'm sorry, the names kind of escape me at this moment, so I'm sure I'll get back to it soon. Wait, is that Callan? Cat? It seems that this version of Lelouch playing chess again. So going back to kind of like a callback to the first episode. But actually, it seems that in this version of Lelouch actually recognizes his connection back to the royal family, right? He was talking about returning to Britannia, so if necessary, he could use his identity to force something, I think. Bakana! Okay, so she's just working undercover, I guess? She hasn't forgotten her. I have to say the bunny girl look suits her. Okay, so I guess C2 is leading the resistance, or the remnants of the Black Knights. And then these guys are part of the people who are trying to bring them down, right? Of the Britannians. Oh, this is the Chinese Union? It looks in. was gonna say, they don't look particularly Chinese inspired, but oh well. Right. So the Black Order is trying to get back the commander, right? Of course, as wished by C2, Lelouch's most loyal supporter. Oh, actually. Huh. So the Depranians actually do this purposely, to use Lelouch as bait. Right, that would make sense. Yeah, she was working undercover. So yeah, after everything, she still believes in Zero, believes in Lelouch. That wasn't really resolved at the end of Season 1. Lolo. Yep. Saved by a nightmare, right? So these guys also all got brainwashed? My only brother. No, okay. So actually, never mind. The memories that was implanted into him wasn't of the royal family. It was more of just, just a fake memory. Oh, C2. Hello. What's with the light? So Lelouch still holds on to his Geass, right? No, I think he's gonna try to pull a punch or something. I mean, C2 can't really die, right? No, but then again, Lelouch doesn't know that. Not anymore. Come on, that's not important. Hurry up. Yeah, a bait. I guess Callan to the rescue? Oh. Or is the Geass going to reawaken? Oh, actually, she had to give it to him once again? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, sealed away. Alright. Okay, okay. You know, I would have actually kind of enjoyed it if they followed this entire concept for like one full episode and whatnot. I am Zero. I can't believe they actually didn't take any anti-Geass measures. Hey, Emperor dude. Nope. Damn. Suzuko. He got promoted quick. Alright. Since this is the first episode, I will quickly take a look at the ending song. Just to see if anything interesting happens as well. Yeah, but what happened to Noli, though? I guess she was taken back to Britannia. That's now say what you gotta say, but I think I've mentioned this in season 1 as well, right? All the characters are so damn attractive. I guess courtesy of Clamp, eh? Clamp really knows how to draw stuff. Yeah, Clamp are also the ones who drew this as well. And the imagery here is just dressed in black, but almost like with angel wings and whatnot. And then C2 with like black wings, almost like the devil or demon. Alright, anyways, I'll see you guys after this. Alrighty, that was episode 1 of season 2, and man, we got directly into the action, didn't we? Although I was actually expecting much more directly into action, I actually thought that we were going to start right off where we left off at the end of season 1, back in the island slash cave slash whatever it was, to see the outcome of what happened between the sort of gunfight between Sudoku and Lelouch, though. Well, I guess this pretty much answers that question, though, right? Lelouch probably lost through some way or another. He got himself captured, he got his memories sealed, and then I guess it was the Emperor that made the decision to use him as bait to bait out the remainder of the black of the knights, and most probably because of C2, right? Because I don't think the Emperor really cares about all the rest of it. He only cares about C2, right? So that was that. It certainly was quite confusing for the opening sequence there. I actually thought it was sort of like an unconscious, sort of like flash, sort of like unconscious memory or unconscious, some dream that happened while Lelouch was unconscious or something, right? Maybe kind of reflecting how he wished the world to be one where, none of this happens and everybody's all nice and well and living with each other and all one big happy family or something of that sort, right? But if that was the case, then Nonoli, of course, would appear, and many others as well. So the fact that he then, quickly squashed that particular theory, and not to mention that, the fact that Zero and the others did do exist and whatnot, right? So that quickly meant that it was not a sort of dream scenario, and I quickly ruled out time travel as well, even though it might seem kind of far-fetched. Again, this is a series which does involve the usement of some sort of mystical energies or mystical powers, right? Heck, the entire thing is centered around the power of Geass, right? And we have a literal immortal there with C2. So I was thinking maybe this is sort of like a rewrite history kind of thing, time travel back and do things again, something of that sort, but that quickly turned out to be not the case either. And so, memory loss, that was also quickly ruled out because, obviously, memory loss wouldn't really entail you having a brother suddenly appearing out of nowhere and whatnot. So the only real answer left was mind control, right? Certainly, and once you know it's mind control, the rest of this falls quickly into order, right? So C2 and the others are trying to get him, whereas the Britannian side, they are trying to use Lelouch as bait, and yada yada yada. The rest, not really too much else to say there. I did like to sort of call back to episode 1 with the chess match once again. Once again, it was because of something like this that caused him to fall into the life of being Zero, if you really think about it, right? So that was a nice callback there. I was actually kind of hoping they would carry on this concept a little bit more, right? So obviously, when encountering something like this, my first instinct is actually to think of Death Note, which, it was around the same time as well, a little bit earlier than Code Geass, I think, at least the manga, and having a similar concept as well, right? I was really curious if we could explore the concept of Lelouch and how he feels about Zero and the entire situation, whilst he has no memories of him being Zero, right? And then to later on reflect on that with him regaining his memories and becoming Zero once more, because we saw a little bit of small tidbits of that within this episode already, right? From the beginning, him scorning the 11s, scorning Japanese, and they lost, and yada yada yada. You need power. I guess technically he wasn't a hypocrite. This has been his stance all along. We know that he isn't really doing this out of any sort of compassion towards the 11, towards the Japanese. He's just doing this so he can exact his revenge, right? So we wouldn't really call it a case of being hypocritical or something of that sort, but it was kind of nice to see him reiterate it once again, whilst not having the identity of Zero, right? So I do kind of wish that they could have carried this sort of setting out a little bit more. The Lelouch did mention that he felt that something was missing from his life, something was off about it, etc., etc. I think it would have been great if we could see him, falling into those moments of self-doubt, thinking that there's something wrong with his life and whatnot. Whereas here, we see him living on his life more or less as usual, right? Even, going back to episode 1, like how we presume, heck, not even episode 1, right? Throughout the entirety of the first season, anytime we had these sort of school happenings and whatnot, we see Lelouch basically being this mischievous boy, similar to as he is here, right? So, I do kind of wish we could explore that concept a little bit more, but I guess on the other hand, people want us to get back to the point and get back to whatever it is that they need to do, right? So, at the end of all of this, right? At the end of all of this, Lelouch is back. His identity is fully revealed to those of the Black Knights and whatnot. And so I guess the remainder of them have indeed fallen in line. Callan as well. She still supports Lelouch. She still supports Zero and all that. So that answers that question. C2, of course, once again, she has been reiterating time and time again that she is Lelouch's biggest ally, right? She is his biggest enabler, and yada yada yada. And then Suzaku, right? It was nice to see him again. He certainly got himself to be he has a very promising career, I guess you could say, at this point in time, having an audience directly with the Emperor, no doubt because of his involvement with Lelouch and C2's situation here. Hey, it's kind of, I'm not gonna go that deep into the entire, philosophical and political sort of concepts here. I think I explained at length how I feel about this entire situation back in season 1, and, what it actually... disregarding the beef that Suzaku has with Lelouch, right? How it actually means in the grand scheme of things in terms of, I guess, in terms of the rights of the 11, in terms of the rights of the Japanese, when one of them can actually gain such a high standing within the Britannian Empire, right? Like it or not, for the Emperor... sorry, that's not the correct thing to say. Regardless of what the Emperor thinks about this entire situation, unless he does become immortal and whatnot, there is going to be a time when he steps down, and, these are small things happening that will gradually, completely assimilate the 11s, if you will, back into being Britannians. But hey, that's not entirely a bad thing as long as they are all, truly treated as equals, right? Obviously, that's not the case here. That's not really the point of the story. I'm guessing, although who knows? I think, if anything, once Japan is rebuilt, they're probably going to, or at least Lelouch is probably going to try and bring something of sort of like equal status between the Japanese and Britannians and whatnot. Because otherwise, him being a Britannian himself, that kind of doesn't really make sense, right? So it's just down with the Empire, and then after that, whatever goes, goes. We see a little bit of the Chinese Union here. They were supposed to make a showing in season 1 as well, so I guess they do make a showing here. Not quite sure what to think of them quite yet, although I do have to say, quite interesting designs. It seems like something out of the Journey to the West, right? The lead guy there, I already forgot his name, the one dressed in robes, he certainly looked like a monk of some sort, right? Practicing Buddhism and whatnot. And whereas the guy, his bodyguard and whatnot, I guess, I mean, the sword he uses is certainly a more traditional style Chinese sword. The armor and his style, though, not quite sure about all that, but I guess we'll see more as time goes on. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this first episode. Let me know if I missed anything, and beyond all that, right, beyond all that analysis and whatnot, really the main focal point that I have in this episode is, yeah, the babes are hot, right? And that goes for both Valletta, I think her name is Valletta, right? The one who was previously of the previous, what did I call it again? Viceroy of this place, and also Kellen as well, right? I mean, anytime she gets on one of the mechs, they always gotta have her boob shot, right? I mean, but they are attractive. What can you say? What can you say? And like I said, the bunny girl look, I don't know why, it just really suits her in a lot of ways. Out of anybody else, it really does suit her. Even well, I guess maybe if Shirley did it, she might also have. No, actually, no. I think for some reason or another, Callan really suits this type of dress more. Oh, I almost forgot one more thing, right? Lelouch's brother? Roro? I'm not quite sure what to think of him also. Like, was he a plant by the Britannians and whatnot? The only reason I'm bringing this up is because his name is actually listed quite in the front in the credits page. So, typically that means that this is a character to stay, and it is sort of like a main character, right? This is not the last we'll see of him. So I'm kind of curious who exactly that is, because he definitely came out of nowhere, right? As far as we know, Lelouch only has a sister in Nunoli. And beyond that, unless I missed something or I misremembered something, but if I did, do let me know. But anyways, that is it for this first episode of Season 2. Thank you guys. I will be trying to get these out at least one episode per week, although most probably sometime on the weekends and not exactly on Mondays. But, we'll see, right? I can't really promise anything right now due to my hectic and unconfirmed schedule, but I'll try to get at least one episode out every single week. So, stay tuned, guys, and until next time, bye-bye.